This is by a poet called Arun Kolarkar. He's a Maharashtrian poet, and it's from his collection Jejuri. It's based on his travels to a town called Jejuri that's just outside of Pune. It's a temple town. And it's a series of 31 very short, quick snippet-like poems. And this one is called Station Dog. The spirit of the place lives inside the mangy body of the station dog, doing penance for the last 300 years under the tree of arrivals and departures. The dog opens his right eye, just long enough to look at and see whether you're a man or a demigod, or the 8-armed railway timetable come to stroke him on the head with a healing hand, and to take him to heaven. The dog decides the day is not yet.
This is one of my favorite poets, Philip Larkin, Annus Mirabilis. Sexual intercourse began in 1963, which was rather late for me. Between the end of the Chatterley ban and the Beatles' first LP. Up to then, there'd only been a sort of bargaining, a wrangle for the ring, a shame that started at 16 and spread to everything. Then all at once, the quarrel sank. Everyone felt the same, and every life became a brilliant breaking of the bank, a quite unlosable game. So life was never better than in 1963, though just too late for me, between the end of the Chatterley ban and the Beatles' first LP.
This is called Makarand by Arun Kolarkar. Take my shirt off and go in there to do puja? No thanks, not me. But you go right ahead if that's what you want to do. Give me the matchbox before you go, will you? I will be out in the courtyard where no one will mind it if I smoke.
We have not long to love. Tennessee Williams. We have not long to love. Light does not stay. The tender things are those we fold away. Coarse fabrics are the ones for common wear. In silence I have watched you comb your hair. Intimate the silence, dim and warm. I could, but did not, reach to touch your arm. I could, but do not, break that which is still. Almost the faintest whisper would be shrill. So moments pass as though they wish to stay. We have not long to love. A night, a day.
This is by Billy Collins about an artist named Canaletto, who was an Italian painter who is very famous for his cityscapes of Venice. So this is called Sick Room. Every time Canaletto painted Venice, he painted her from a different angle. Sometimes from points of view he must have imagined, for there is no place in the city he could have stood to observe such scenes. How ingenious of him to visualize a dome or canal from any point in space. How passionate he was to delineate Venice through perspectives that required him to mount the air and levitate there with his floating brush. But I have been sick in this bed for over 60 hours, and I am not Canaletto. And this airless little room with its broken ceiling fan and its monstrous wallpaper is not Venice.
This is called Here by Nathalie Handar. And I'm going to pronounce it Angrez rather than properly. The old port of Jaffa is here. The sunlight poised on our memories here. The old stone houses with our tiles, tiles, tiles. Evidence of homes buried in different names here. The years we never defined here. The echoes we collected in each other here. The shivering breeze against our skin. The dark paradise under our eyes here. But you were not here and I was not here. they say. But we were here. We are here. We are here. The best cigarette, Billy Collins. There are many that I miss, having sent my last one out of a car window, sparking along the road one night, years ago. The heralded one, of course, after sex. The two glowing tips, now the lights of a single ship. At the end of a long dinner with more wine to come, and a smoke ring coasting into the chandelier. Or on a white beach, holding one with fingers still wet from a swim. How bittersweet these punctuations of flame and gesture. But the best were on those mornings, when I would have a little something going in the typewriter, the sun bright in the windows, maybe some Berlioz on in the background. I would go to the kitchen for coffee, and on the way back to the page, curled in its roller, I would light one up and feel its dry rush mix with the dark taste of coffee. Then I would be my own locomotive, trailing behind me as I returned to work, little puffs of smoke, indicators of progress, signs of industry and thought. The signal that told the 19th century it was moving forward. That was the best cigarette, when I could steam into the study, full of vaporous hope, and stand there, the big headlamp of my face pointed down at all the words in parallel lines.